Hello everyone and welcome to the first edition of School Talk for this academic year. Hi everybody, I'm Nick DeLeo. Also, another first is conducting our interview outside. And to complete the trifecta of firsts is our first guest for the year, Khris Arvanites, our brand new high school vice principal of the school. Khris, welcome to School Talk.
Thanks for having me.
Our first one of the year, and you're it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And
Let's do it.
outside, good. So let's start off our interview with the first question. Khris, tell me a little bit, what were you before coming here and what were your responsibilities? In other words, what was your office before coming here?
So my office was, first I was a teacher. I was a science teacher. Science, okay. I taught biology and marine biology.
Okay.
And then I coached and ran some clubs, and then I transitioned into the athletic director position. So I was the athletic director for about 7 years at my previous location, which was Clarkstown South.
Oh, Clarkstown South?
Yeah.
Okay.
In West Nyack, New York. So my responsibilities there were anything from talking to parents, being around students, making sure they were safe playing athletics, and giving kids a good positive experience.
Excellent.
In athletics.
Besides that, how many years from my own point, how many years were you in the classroom?
So I overlapped with the athletics. I did 2 years overlapping.
Okay.
So I was a total of 8 years in the classroom.
8 years in the classroom, and then how many as AD?
7.
All right, so you spent a good 15 years down
correct.
there before you came up. Excellent. What do you think is your long-term career goal in the field of education? I mean, your career's still going. What are some future goals you think you have?
So I think I don't really have high achieving goals. I never really wanted to go to the top and be a superintendent or anything like that. I think I just like to be around kids and help teachers, assist teachers in any way that they need, if they need that, and just really provide kids with the best experience and service that I can. I think that's what I'm here for, and that's what I want to do and achieve, no matter what level I am.
Awesome. You are, our newest member to the administrative team here. You've come from Clarkstown South. Mm-hmm. Did you have experience anywhere else, or like me, you spent the bulk of your time at Warwick? Do you spend the bulk of your time there?
I did. Yeah. So I was in aviation for 5 years prior in a private company called NetJets. So I worked there for 5 years, and then I got into education. I did a leave replacement at C.J. Hooker Middle School in Goshen.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I did another leave replacement at Monroe.
Okay.
Middle school and high school. And then I landed the job down at Clarkstown South. So I was there my entire career before coming up here.
Bringing that with you from Clarkstown South, and you and I share something in common. Only my students tend to know, but I worked for IBM for many years, so I come from another, a professional group as well. Coming here, is there any incentives, initiatives you'd like to see brought here, or something you've worked on in the past, or are you just kind of settling in?
I think for the first year, I want to settle in, kind of take everything in, and kind of learn the school. But there's not many things that I want to bring right off the bat that I could think of. I think I need a little bit more time to learn the district and learn the students and learn the culture here. But as of right now, it seems I'm in a really solid place, and I'm very happy.
It's a good place to work. Yeah. It is. I've been here. This is my 26th year, so it's a good place. Let's stay on this. So again, let's not run the questions yet. First impressions of Warwick. Mm-hmm. What caught your eye that said, you know what? Yeah, I do want to come here.
So first impressions of Warwick. My parents have a place about 10 miles from here.
Oh, they do?
I grew up going up there on the weekends and the summers, right on the I forget what the name of the river is. God, no. But there's a creek down over by Minnesink, so I grew up over there, going there fishing and kind of hunting and adventures. It might be the Walk Hill Creek. Yeah, it might be. Okay. So I've had ties to this area, so we were coming to Warwick every now and then. Yeah. But the reason I came up here was that I just wanted to grow as a person and as an educator. Yep. And I had a relationship with the prior assistant principal that was here. Okay. And he recommended that, if you're interested in moving out of the athletic director role and wanted a more steady daytime position rather than nights and weekends, that you give this a try. So
far, so good. In an AP position, of course, you're dealing with our freshmen and straight up to our seniors, and of course, we're all back this year, which is such a great thing. How is it different dealing with students of different grade levels?
That's a great question, Nick. Ninth graders to seniors. Well, I taught at ninth grade and I taught seniors as well.
So you've run the gamut as well.
So I used to love when the ninth graders would come in and they were kind of new to the school and they were figuring things out. And then I would love for them to come back and see them as seniors and see how much they've grown. I don't know if it's immaturity in ninth grade. You know, they're coming up, they're still interested, but they want to make their mark as well. They think they're in high school now and it's an exciting time for them. But there is definitely differences in ninth graders and seniors. I don't know. There's positives and negatives to everything.
I agree.
But I think I enjoyed both ages.
I have taught all 4 grade levels, and the one thing I always loved about freshmen is they're still willing to do kind of fun, almost goofy things. You know what? And I just enjoyed them. Then I've been teaching seniors now. I think it's my 20th year teaching seniors, and they're great because they're young adults ready to make their mark in the world. You know, they're going to finish up here. So I totally get there's a difference among the classes, which is nice. Let's do our next question. Are there any unknown upcoming events that you want to tell us? Maybe didn't quite make the district calendar, but here in the high schools, is there anything coming up we want to tell us about?
Like you said, everybody could check the district calendar, but we do have a club fair coming up on Tuesday during unit lunch. We also have a football game tonight versus Monroe. The football team's 3-0. The JV football team is 4-0 now. Soccer team is doing fantastic. Both soccer teams are doing fantastic. Girls volleyball has a game tonight. Tennis has a game today as well. And then there's all the other games this weekend and going into next week. But next week kicks off our Spirit Week, as you know, and on the October 9th, I believe it is, that's 1 week from tomorrow. We have the parade in town, and we have the football game, and then we have the homecoming social. So those are a couple events that are coming up.
Just got our flyer that lists everything too. You and I were talking off camera. We actually have a big in-school event next week, which is, I think this is our 3rd or 4th year doing this, the Clubs Fair.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about the Clubs Fair.
Sure. The Clubs Fair is a group of clubs that are approved clubs here at Warwick. We have roughly up to nearly 50 clubs that come together and we kind of promote what club, or the kids promote what club that they run or that they're interested in. And then it gives an opportunity for the other kids that are not in clubs, maybe the freshmen or the kids that weren't here last year, to come in and see what they're interested in and possibly join something that's positive.
And it's going to be run during unit lunch, so everybody's off here, which is a great time, and everybody can come on in and see what interests them. You know, the drama club will be there as well. So, can you share with us a memory from your high school years? So we're going to, the kids want you to go back to your year. You don't have to tell us when. But in other words, I think what they want to know is, give me a high school memory that still stands out some years later.
So I graduated in the 90s. I'm not going to say when.
We had this conversation already.
Yes, we did have this conversation. And I've had many positive experiences that stand out in my mind from high school. A lot of new friends, a lot of old friends, you know, coming up with, and a lot of kids that moved to the district that I became friends with. I played sports and athletics, so I remember going into, you know, walking through the halls and maybe a coach coming up to me and saying, you know, great work, or we're going to be doing this, and kind of, you know, confiding in you, and just small personal, light relationships with teachers, and just those back and forth light conversations. I just remember enjoying those.
Put you on the spot. Think back. Favorite teacher? You get one.
Mr. Shanley, probably.
He taught
computer science.
Good. Why?
He was just always supportive, and I remember I learned how to type in that class, and he put the this was when typing, I guess, was
again, we won't talk about what I learned to type on, so we'll leave that alone.
They would put something over your hands, and then you would learn to type that way, and it was just always encouraging and positive, and it was always a fun class to go to. It was a safe environment.
Good.
And you could be yourself.
Yeah, we have to remember those folks. So anyway, let's do the kids have put together, our comm kids have put together some, what they're calling fun questions. So I want to do that. Ready? Is Top Gun accurate with your previous career in the USAF? Now, before we get into that, you have to tell our studio, our viewers at home, about the USAF. You were?
So I was in the Air Force, United States Air Force.
Okay.
I enlisted after college, after a year of college.
Okay.
College, I went to college for golf course turf management. I wanted to be a manager of a golf course.
Good. I had a student once who was going to do that.
I worked on golf courses growing up before then, so I thought I wanted to do that, and I realized I didn't after a year of college. So I enlisted into the Air Force.
Okay.
I was a crew chief on fighter jets.
Okay.
F-16s to be specific.
Really?
And my experience with that and Top Gun.
They want to know if the film is legit or not.
It is very minimal, but Top Gun, I would say it's pretty inaccurate if I had to say anything watching the movie, but I mean, it was definitely exciting. I love the movie. I still hum some of the tunes.
Sure you do. It's a great soundtrack.
Yeah, and if it was on today at home, I would watch it unabridged, sure.
Oh, I would too. And there's a new one supposedly coming out.
Yes.
All right, so this week's interesting question, or most unique question is this. Are you a cat or a dog person?
Oh, wow, this is probably the most exciting question of the day.
And the students are waiting for it. The folks at home can't see it.
All right, well, I'll start with this. I could say that my father was a dog person and my mother was a cat person. We had both growing up.
Okay.
Okay, I had anywhere from, we still have dogs, my parents still have dogs, labs and German Shepherds growing up. And we had cats, but the cats were outdoor cats.
Really?
Yes, so we did not let the cats in the house. So they would come and they would bring a mouse to the back of the door, leave a mouse at the back of the door. And,
Fantastic.
we wouldn't let the cats in. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to all those cat lovers out there. I do, and I'm just talking about my parents though, guys. I love both animals.
Oh, come on.
Kittens are
Very
adorable.
PC response, Mr. A.
Kittens are adorable. Cats are, I could do without, sorry. And dogs are definitely my favorite.
There you go. And you've got, again, the folks at home can't see this. You've got a crowd going by. Leave us off with one, before we say goodbye for this episode, leave us with one pearl of wisdom.
Pearl of wisdom?
Yeah.
All right. Pearl of wisdom, I think, is do things with integrity.
I like that.
Always be friendly to people. You never know who you're sitting next to or talking to.
Right.
You don't know what somebody's going through. Always do your best at whatever you want to do, and nothing in life comes easy. Nothing worth attaining comes easy. So work hard.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right, folks. I'd like to thank Khris for joining us on this brand new edition of School Talk. And for you, our viewers, we encourage you all to see us on WVTV and also on our YouTube channel. So until next time, Warwick, I'm Nick DeLeo. Take care. We'll see you soon.